Okay, look, there's a flaw in this. I was just watching this. I'll get to it, but you gotta understand the premise.
So that's 400 times whatever the mean jerk time is. Time is equal to 400 total jerks at a 2-dick rate.
Simple.
Unless Erlich
right?
jerks off 4 guys at a time, and then we can cut that in half.
Now we got a creative idea.
2 guys on either side with their dicks tip to tip, so you're going full length. 4, see?
Oh, from the middle out. That does make sense.
Like 2 shake weights.
Yeah, so
This is weird. How this dude's like, oh, the words. First of all, who says from the middle out? That doesn't even make any sense. And you don't even need to do it like this. You could do it like this. Also, I'm pretty sure lower center of gravity, you'd be better off like this than you would like this. You'd be swaying a lot, you know?
multiplied by mean jerk time divided by 4 dicks at a time.
So you could simplify that out to just 200 instead of 800 divided by 4.
Of course, Erlich would have to pre-sort guys by height so that their dicks lined up.
Not by height, technically. The measurement that we're looking for really is dick to floor. Call that D2F.
How are you going to find that, though,
my God.
easily?
You know, if a guy's dick was long enough,
How long are you
he'd be
gonna
able to
spend
reach
doing
up
that?
or down to another guy with a different D2F. The longer the dick, the greater the D2F bridge. I would still be able to jerk it off in one smooth motion. I would just have to jerk it on an angle.
So
See, this is where I have my error, because you don't even need to consider that. The D2F is irrelevant because instead of having them tip to tip, right, you could just have them at a bit of a distance from each other. That way it doesn't matter length, height, any of that stuff. You could just have a large gap in between.
D2F sub 1 needs to equal D2F sub 2, and D2F sub 3 needs to equal D2F sub 4, where length L creates a complementary shaft angle. Call that theta D. Now,
But then again, you can't rely on creating a complementary shaft angle because everyone's going to have a different angle.
Time to orgasm, or T2O, has to be the same for each matching pair of dicks. Otherwise, I'm wasting a lot of great strokes on a guy that's already busted.
And see, there we go. Now, mean jerk time's out of the equation because you're going to have people that bottleneck it. The right way to sort it based off of height, based off of D2F, based off of girth, whatever, right? Which they could totally do. It's going to be a lot more difficult to pre-sort based on time to nut because that's really what matters here.
unless you hot swap dicks in and out, so on a downstroke, you get a new one in, so when you stroke up, you're not wasting any energy.
Even so, I think this is the most reliable metric for stamina.
Guys?
That would be the way to do it. You'd have to have them sorted based off of girth or whatever, so, and then go from like thinnest to thickest or thickest to thinnest, and then work your way through that. That's how you'd be the absolute most efficient. But even if like you're at your best, the average is going to be, so it's 800 dudes. So with 4 at a time, if you're cycling 4 every single time, and there's no outliers, there's no people that just stall for everybody else. 10 minutes, so for every 1 minute, it's 20 people. Dude, that's like 30 seconds a person. That's like 33.3 repeating seconds a person. That's insane. You can't do that. I mean, you could do it if they're all already hard, but even then, you're going to be left with some outliers.
Richard's been locked in here for almost 2 hours. Do we think he's okay?
You see, this is my issue with this. They were doing this for 2 hours, but how did you not realize 30 seconds is not enough for everyone? Like, it's the end of conversation right there. It can't be done.